Thank you. So I'm Chen Guozheng. I just graduated from the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. So this work is what I have done in my PhD, collaborated with Yuan Hao, Ze Yu, Chu Han, Yun Rui, and Professor Xiaojun Ma. So interdisciplinary research is very important. We have witnessed a growing trend of the amount of interdisciplinary research. To conduct interdisciplinary research, researchers need to seek information from two or more disciplines, which we call interdisciplinary information seeking in this work. And that is not an easy task. Here is a classical model, Foster's nonlinear model to describe this process, and I believe this model can give us an idea of what challenges behind this IIS process. So imagine you just start to work on a research project about combating misinformation, and you want to leverage knowledge from other disciplines for this project. A common starting point for this purpose is trying to make sense of what knowledge in other disciplines might be relevant to misinformation and thus decide the search direction. This is called orientation. But orientation is not easy. You might have intuition that knowledge from sociology, business, psychology, etc. could be relevant. However, the amount of literature in these fields is huge, while the papers really relevant to your own research can be highly scattered. It's very difficult for you to decide where you want to begin your search. And when you have certain search directions in mind and wish to start search, you need to form search queries. This is called opening. However, for research fields you are familiar with, it is challenging to grasp the accurate terminologies to form effective queries. What's more, with paper fonts, researchers should screen all of them and trying to build a connection between the paper and their own research. This can be called consolidation. But these papers are from your unfamiliar domains. Checking this paper involves great information load and context switching costs. So with these four challenges, how we plan to solve these challenges and help researchers in the information seeking process? To tackle these challenges, we seek to leverage large language models to augment researchers in searching, but how should LLM be integrated into the IIS workflow? There are some existing LLM-powered products on the market helping with the literature search, while many of these are using chat interface. However, using chat interface, users are given an answer when they send a request, not skipping the exploration process. And when they skip the exploration, they miss the opportunity to learn from the process and gradually build their confidence in kind of this interdisciplinary research, which could be very kind of challenging to doing activities such as research. People have discussed that a more interactive way of AI-powered searching is expected. To this end, we introduced a human AI co-exploration solution for IIS. We hope AI-powered users in exploration instead of directly providing the so-called answer for searching and replacing researchers' exploration process. We expect users and AI can work collaboratively in almost every activities in IIS. So how can we do that? In orientation, we use LLMs to suggest exploratory questions across multiple disciplines, and users can filter and tailor EQs to decide their search direction. I will explain this about exploratory questions further in later slides. But LLM is helping users to uncover the search direction, and this could be helpful for users to find relevant but scattered literature from various domains. In opening, we use LLM to generate extensive search queries with specific terminologies around EQs to retrieve relevant papers. In this way, we want to close the terminology gap. In consolidation, we also use AI to cluster the retrieved papers based on their relationships with EQs and support users in organizing the form papers through direct manipulation. So this idea of human AI co-exploration is integrated into a system named DiscipLink. And here is a demo illustrate how DiscipLink works, especially in the orientation state. in the orientation stage. So users can enter their research topic and trigger the system to perform exploratory question generation. A user can explore these questions, filter them, and maybe modify them. So in this process, they can orient to a certain information-seeking direction relevant to their research. And in this interaction process, our key design is exploratory question. For example, the EQ can be, how does mobile phones impact social connection and isolation? The question can drive users to explore concrete information to search more papers. And EQ works, I believe it works as a shared representation between users and the system. And EQs are first generated using LLM based on user input research topic. Then user can easily modify these questions because they are using such a simple language. The users can totally understand what this question is about instead of with a lot of jargon, terminologies. It is difficult for them to understand those terminologies and further decide their search direction. On the other hand, with user-selected EQs, LLMs can further translate them into queries with domain terminologies and for searching papers. To generate EQs, LLMs are prompted to take the persona of experts in relevant disciplines and are asked to provide guidance for users. The next step is about opening and consolidation. Users can investigate a specific EQ and themes will be extracted. So here is a demo illustrating this process. So based on paper formed for these EQs, users can perform something like drag and drop for further organization. So basically the process is from the research topic to EQs, and then EQs generate search queries to form papers. And these papers form themes for users to explore. So it is a scaffolding process, and that's what our title is about, to unfold the IIS process. To generate search queries, we first ask LLMs to generate pseudo answers for each EQ. Well, people know that the answers generated by LLM can be hallucinated. They might contain some incorrect claims. But an interesting thing is that these answers to often come with a lot of terminologies. And these terminologies can be helpful for LLM to further generate a lot of search queries and further search papers. So we have found that the queries generated with this kind of pseudo answer that might be hallucinated can be much more concrete than without pseudo answers. There are more features of DiscipLink, and I'm not going into the details of each of them, but welcome to check our papers. And we have conducted two user evaluations to understand how this system helps researchers. And the first one is usability evaluation with 12 participants or postgraduate students. And we also have a case study with more experienced interdisciplinary researchers. So for the first study, we have two conditions. The first one is about using DiscipLink, and the second condition, the baseline condition, is using any tools they want. Maybe involve some, LLM-based chatbots. So we want to understand whether this tool help researchers get a more comprehensive literature, and whether it can increase the efficiency and also the perceived usefulness in the process. Here are some key results of our first user study. We found that the comprehensiveness of information-seeking results in the DiscipLink condition are all significantly higher than the baseline condition. When it's about the expert ratings and also the participants' subjective ratings. And participants in the DiscipLink condition self-report significantly higher learning gains. And participants also show a significant lower task workload in the DiscipLink condition. We also get a valuable qualitative feedback. Participants were happy to see DiscipLink goes beyond the kind of one-shot summary pattern commonly used in chat-based interface. P8 appreciate DiscipLink have multiple exploration levels and consider it help the user learn better in the process than a question answering LLM tool. But participants also mentioned they expect better organization of EQs, such as building better connection between different recommended EQs. And for the second study, we asked participants to just explore any research projects, especially their own projects. And we conduct a semi-structured interview after their use of the system. So we have found that DiscipLink support human-AI co-exploration. We found that not only AI provide guidance on the exploration, but also human contribute to the exploration process. We found users refine EQs, they propose new EQs to kind of inject their own intuition into their own intention into the exploration process. And we also found DiscipLinks could be beneficial at the onboarding stage of interdisciplinary research, but researchers also mentioned they have different expectations of EQs in different research stages. For example, in the very beginning of their research, they hope the exploratory question can be kind of more general and can be more diverse. While at the later stage of their research, they hope the question can be more concrete, can be referred to more kind of helpful literature and more relevant to their research. So in conclusion, DiscipLink supports researchers in conducting IIS through human-AI collaborative exploration, not only question answering. And future work will expect to explore better organization of the AI assistance in IIS, and we hope to contextualize the kind of AI assistance based on the researcher's situation, based on their research stage. Yeah, that's all for this paper. Thank you for your listening.
So thank you for a great talk. We have time for a few questions.
Test. Hi. This is I'm Shakir from MetaReality Labs. I had a question. I guess I have two questions. One, there's one way to change this interface, which is just improve the search results. Like instead of having skip the exploratory questions and then just do the don't show them and just show the results in the clustering and just make that experience almost more magical, one could argue. The other question I had is do you incorporate feedback from the user to the LLM? Just right now, this LLM collaborating with the user, but is there almost user collaborating with the LLM and the LLM learning from that experience over time?
Yeah. So for the second question, so basically after the user have collect some papers, they might find some papers very interesting, and indeed we have a feedback loop here, but I don't have time to discuss details about that. Basically, they can drag one paper they found very interesting to the exploratory question interface, and more questions will be generated to further guide their search. Yeah. So that's for the second question, and sorry, for the first question is
the second question is how does the LLM learn from the user?
I just answered the second question. We have the feedback loop to help LLM to guide the exploration, but I forgot your first question, sorry.
Don't worry about it. I also forgot.
Is that another questions?